at a show. So we got a show in less than 24 hours. It is a really fun show. I really enjoy this, and I am super stoked. Darian, I would imagine that you're pretty stoked with this lineup here tonight.
Oh, this is amazing. This is like a clubhouse reunion or something, you know? I mean, seeing all my friends from Clubhouse whose icons are usually just the circular and freeze frame and have them actually moving and talking. Yeah, it's
Right?
fun.
They're
Yeah.
real. They're like,
Yeah, they're actually real people. Yeah, that's amazing. I thought that
right.
might have been all in my head, but
It
apparently.
is true. A little David Lynchian, I guess we would say small person now. I'm not sure what we would say. Um, oh, God. Nothing is politically correct anymore. It's over. That's fine. Um, I'm just adjusting my size because
I
I
see
don't
that.
I don't like looking like I'm like short. I'm not short. I'm 6 feet tall. There we go. And we do this.
A little zoom action.
Yeah.
There we
Giant
go. There
head.
he comes.
There we go. All right.
Oh,
Not bad.
nice.
All right. Now we're going to bring in just a man that is, I got to say, I'm going to slow down when I'm talking because even when I think about Malik, he totally just like left the room. I don't think he probably came back in and couldn't hear me, and he's refreshing the browser. Oh, so I was about to introduce Malik Yusef to you, and I am going to stay relaxed and not panic. And Darian, being a filmmaker, like, what do you do? Like, how do I not make this happen like this? You're a pro. What do I do so I'm not so crazy just before we shoot, so to speak?
Namaste. What was the thing? What was the thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's all it is, man.
Namaste. Namaste.
Yeah, yeah. No, because the way I look at it is like, whatever happens, I'm lucky and happy to take my next breath, you know?
Hmm.
And as long as that keeps happening, all the rest of it is icing on top. So everything will
Right.
work out.
Wait, did I see? Okay, looks like, just so you know, Amanda, it looks like Liz was in, but she disconnected. Um, so you can have her keep trying if you want. Hello, Kizzy. How's it going, Kizzy? And Amanda's typing in there. Johnny Woo's typing in there. Steven's here. And
So Malik, I guess he thought he couldn't hear us, so he vacated again, right?
yeah,
He's gonna do the reboot thing probably.
I hope so. Yes.
Okay, so in a second, I'm sure he'll rejoin. Um,
And yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the films that we have tonight and the folks that are going to be representing them. As I said, if we can get, we have to find a way, Amanda, to get her up here because I think this would be the first time I've had two people representing the film on the program at once. So we'll see if we can get Liz Hayward in here. If she's having any problems, give her my number. I might be able to text, or talk her through it. And yes, so okay, fun story. When I was trying to put this film festival together today and didn't have a lot of films, at one point I reached out to David Newman, who's one of the co-founders of HAPS, and I said, can you hear me, Joe? Joe, can you hear me? I think he can. um, Joe, it's Jim. That's why he can't hear me. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not an escalator. I'm sorry, Jim. I called you Joe.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear me now.
Yes, sir.
he just doesn't answer to different names. I mean,
Yes, that's my fault.
it's a limitation that some people have.
So I reached out to David, and David said that he just saw a really funny film, and it is by this great gentleman here, Jim Jones. And Jim, tell us a little bit about how this film came about.
Sure. Quickly, I retired as chief of psychology at a state hospital on Friday. That weekend, was Sunday, I was crossing, I was in a crosswalk near my home in Napa Valley, thinking of my daughter's wedding. Her wedding was coming up in a few months, and everything was going very well. I was so pleased. And that was my last conscious thought for a while, because I got hit from behind by a young man driving a truck on his cell phone as he was talking to his girlfriend. He knocked me up in the air, landed on my head, and then he got hooked to his truck, and he dragged me for a while because he panicked. I coded twice. My family was told that I was brain dead, and then started looking for a SNF for me, a special nursing facility. It's called a SNF. And the prognosis was absolutely the worst. And so,
Jim, you were in the car? You were in a car when this happened?
Oh, he can't hear you. Jim,
Huh?
hey, Jim, you were not in your car. You got hit by a car, right?
I was hit by a truck, yes. I was in the crosswalk, walking near my
Oh,
home.
my goodness.
I was near my home, and I was almost across the street. But again, this young man, cars had stopped for me on my left and my right, but behind me was a three-way stop. Young man on his cell phone, talking to his girlfriend, and I got hit by his truck. So ended up hospitalized for quite a while. I was in and out of consciousness for quite a while. And anyhow, should I go into the title? Do you want me to talk about the title at all? It segues right into it for Green Banana.
Go ahead.
The title of the film is Green Banana. And my, it's okay? Sorry. You can't hear me?
Yeah, Jim, we can hear you. Carry on. Jim, we can hear you. Jim thinks he can't hear us.
I think he froze.
No, I'm not frozen, guys. I'm just talking to Malik on the phone. Go ahead,
but
Darian.
Jim, I think that Jim.
Oh, Jim froze.
Yeah, Jim, we could actually hear you, but then you stopped. It seems like you're moving now, though.
Hey, Jim, we can hear you.
You can? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
So,
He can't hear you, Darren. So you're not showing up, Malik. Give me the what's happening.
Am I showing
In
up
the
now?
hospital, as
There you
I
go.
was,
Yay! Yep. Can you hear me on the headset?
Nope. Not on the headset. Still nothing.
One second, Jim.
All right, Malik, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Malik?
It says that connection to Twitter has failed for the following account.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Malik, at all through the headset? You can't hear me, Malik? Ugh. Go ahead, Darian. You guys keep talking a little bit about the film.
All right. So you mute for a
Neither.
second there, Rev.
Yeah. Hang on
All
one
right,
second.
Jim.
Here's what we'll do. Jim, hang on. And we're going to calm this thing down a little bit. And we're going to let you talk to your buddy, Johnny Woo, and talk about the film festival that you do.
Okay.
Hey, Malik.
And then Rev, just mute yourself for a second while we, so that we're not hearing you. Johnny, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So tell us about your film festival.
My film festival?
Wait a minute. Rev, which film
Yeah,
festival were you talking about?
I think your 1 minute film festival.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just like, I didn't know. I was like, oh, Johnny has a film festival?
I know, right? I was like, what?
Well, so Johnny, I was gonna just say the difference between this pop-up festival and the 1 minute film festival is interesting because, we can have films that have already been created,
Mhm.
and then also it's a little different than a typical festival in that it can happen right away, right? So it's like, oh, okay, you submitted the film today, we're on the show tonight, and then we're able to watch it. But I think it'll be fun for you, Johnny, because um, the most fun when I've played my films on this show is that people are giving comments and reacting to the film, like as
Yep.
you're watching it,
I
which
mean,
is kind of different even than, when you're watching it on screen, it's great because people are in the room, but you don't see them actually responding real time, right? You just kind of have to,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So have you had that situation before with your films where you've been able to see people chatting and putting live comments while they're
Yeah, we
watching?
we did a virtual watch for Wuxia 2 and In
Hmm.
itself. So both of them got people actually typing, chatting while we're actually watching the movie.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
how
that
was
was
that
fun.
experience for you?
It was good. I mean, we're doing it again now for my current feature film, Wuling, the Society. We're gonna do actually a live theater and also virtually, so people can watch it at the same time.
That's amazing. When will that be?
That will be September 18th. I'm gonna have a laptop there, so at the theater, so
Yeah,
we're gonna do all virtual and live at the same time. And then when it's coming to Q&A, anybody can ask question anywhere. So it's gonna be completely hybrid and fun.
Breaking
okay.
news.
Breaking news,
Oh my
Rev
I
is
think
Johnny,
back.
we're good to go.
you can make it
Finish your
here in
thought there,
person.
guys.
I would like
And
to. I think I'll know within this week
Okay.
what my schedule will be for the next couple of months, and then hopefully I can confirm that and we can just lock that in. Would be
Sure,
I
sure,
would
that'd be
I
cool.
would
That'd be
really
fun.
love to.
Yeah,
Yeah, in
I
real
like
life.
meeting people
Okay,
in real life.
all right, fantastic. Listen, guys, Malik, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to come right back to you three guys. We're going to talk to Malik for a second, and you're going to keep your fingers crossed.
all right.
And there you are. What's up, man?
Hey,
Um, we've had a glitch here or there, but it is absolutely great to see you, and it was great to spend a little time with you recently. I definitely have the California fever. Um, how's your week been?
it's been incredible. It's been busy. It's been good though. I've been working, man. Putting
Yeah, you
together.
work all the time. You don't stop. I mean, we were in that studio till like 1 in the morning, I think. Um, my time for sure. It's got to be. It's busy like that all the time.
Yeah. Yes. I
Yeah.
mean that's actually a pretty light day.
Well, I know that the whole like the industry is really changing too, right? With like Atmos and those kind of things.
Yes.
What is that? Do you think? Do they have? I wonder. Darian, do you know? Or Malik, do you know? Is Atmos? Is that's also on films, right?
Yes. That's what it's at most
Cool.
mixed on films. Netflix is not even accepting anything that's not mixed in Atmos.
Oh, wow. Netflix is not accepting anything that's not. Wow. So Atmos
From
is
July
a really
1st,
big deal.
starting a couple days ago. It's over with.
Oh, wow. Well, that is really cool. And
Okay, so post production for all my projects that got more expensive. Great, thanks Netflix.
Yeah. 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 Just a little bit.
Darian
Got more.
Taju, Malik Yusef. Well, I know a guy in California that he has a studio. Maybe you guys can cut a deal. You could shoot some film for him, and you never know who you meet on here.
Well, I do a lot of soundtracks for independent film.
Oh,
Independent.
cool.
Yeah, I do a lot of soundtracks, and I have a scale, and I can send you the scale. We have all the way from pay us, uh, pay us a little bit, and then there's a free component too. But the free is the most expensive for filmmakers though, because assuming
What?
merchandise and stuff, it's a lot, but it's a good deal. I mean, we got it for people that just don't have the available budget. So,
I think that's really awesome, actually, that you have that sliding scale, and it's a good way. It sounds like to help people. Darian, that's probably going to crimp you a little bit, right? If it's got to be an Atmos for Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually developing my own micro budget feature, and then because I also do post production for other clients, of course I'm going to do post production my own, right? Cobbler shoes, but yeah, that's a good thing to know because now I have to make sure I incorporate Atmos into my workflow.
yeah, I mean, and the soundtracks I've been doing have been obviously. I mean, it's a lot to get into on this conversation, but it really boosts that streaming money up. I had just recently had a client. They, I think they had 800 streams on the film and 50,000 streams last month on the music.
Wow.
Ah, interesting.
Because there's no real, um, commitment to the music. You can just turn
Mhm.
on, drive in your car, listen to it. You have to sit down and dedicate your the 15, 20, 45 minutes for the film.
That makes sense.
So that's been
So you
something.
suggest making sure to incorporate a lot of like hot music into the soundtrack to attract more attention to the film.
Yeah, I think that I know that it serves as a marketing piece, but also it's a income generator as well because for the life of that soundtrack, you're gonna be getting a check.
Getting that streaming check, right?
Mhm. And
Nice.
obviously, you want everybody involved to participate in an MFN, Most Favored Nations deal, but it's still over your lifetime in the next 76 years, and that money is deedable and willable long after the film. I mean, people still listen to Superfly soundtrack, and people haven't seen Superfly. My 14-year-old son listens to the soundtrack. He hasn't seen the movie. Well, he's 14.
Got you. It makes sense.
And we know that just from filmmaking and everything else, that without good sound, it doesn't matter how good your film is. It's not going to work.
I'm saying the soundtrack as an accoutrement or as
Yeah,
the
like a
product.
music album, basically like an album
Yeah, because
associated with the movie.
yeah, because Black Marvel's Black Panther, they won soundtrack at the Grammys. They
Yep,
won the soundtrack, which
yep.
was dope, So it expands your space a lot. I think allows you to do videos uh, that it serves as a trade. What they used to do back in the days. It's kind of gotten expensive now, but back in the days, you could have Jay-Z do a song on your soundtrack, not even a score, and then do the trailer. It's just it gives a lot of room, And like I said, I don't want to get into it too much now. Anybody that wants to have more information, give me an email, and my team will email you out. Actually Tuesday, because Monday everybody has to do a reset on my squad, except for me. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it works well.
And I can testify to the amazing team that you have, the folks that I met, even just if they're watching, to give credit to those two folks that helped me, because dude, they were so nice, so helpful. Just a great team. And your recording studio is what? Echo Bar Recording Studio?
Oh, me? No, that's next door, Echo Bar.
Oh,
That's part of us, but my recording studio is a private recording studio called Fab
oh,
Factory.
that's a private one. Gotcha. And we lost Darian. That happens. He's in a tough location sometime. He'll come right back. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show, I want to show Joe's film first, because I know Joe's having a tough time because he can't interact with us. So we're going to show Joe's film first. And we're going to leave the mics. Jim, not Joe. Holy cow. Sorry, Jim. My bad. We're going to show your film first.
We have to address the elephant in the room with the name, which is probably why
Yeah.
your mind doesn't want to. You don't want to make the connection.
I know, right? Right.
Yeah, so I'm
Jim
sorry. I
Jones.
know he gets it. It's probably his entire life, but I mean, if I don't address it, right, I'm being
Right.
dishonest. So
Right. Jim, could you hear Darian?
No, I can only hear you.
He was asking
Fake.
if you ever have anybody say anything about that name, your name, because it obviously I'm having some kind of psychological issue in calling you Joe, according to Darian. And by the way, guys, Jim is a forensic psychologist,
my
so
goodness.
he could probably analyze all this.
The best example I have about my name is that I was giving a presentation at a national convention in San Francisco, and as I walk into the hotel, the headline of the San Francisco Chronicle at that time was "Jim Jones is reported dead," and the news of what happened in Guyana was just released. So I walk on stage, they announce, this is, Dr. Jones, this is Jim Jones, and there was a huge reaction. So from that moment on, for years, I would get comments from people, yes. But it was my father's name, it's my name, and I had no intention of changing it or changing it to having a nickname or something. So, but
That's
yeah, I've heard that. I haven't heard it from a while though, but that's,
So-
yeah.
Well,
So
I had to
did
say
you or Did you
something.
not make the song "Ballin"?
Did you or not make the song Baller?
Ballin'.
Oh, balling. Nope, he's denying it, I think.
I don't know. I don't know what Jim's experience with rap music is.
You never know. We'll see what's in this film.
I know, right, Jim? But also I'm actually of on my father's side, I'm of Guyanese heritage. So of course that story is it looms large in the Guyanese community, right? So
Oh my gosh, it really must.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get us speeded up here because I don't want everybody having to stay up too late. We're gonna watch Jim's film. Everybody, this is Green Bananas, and it's bananas, and this is based on a real story. So we are ready to roll.
You got him breathing again. Get him to exam 2 now.
Room 2, watch the door.
Watch it. Watch the wall. Sir, what is your name? Do you know your name? Do you know where you are? Can you hear me? How many fingers do you see? Can you hold my hand? Harry, we're going to help you.
Am I alive? Am I alive?
Oh, what a mess. Freddy was dragged by a truck for a while. Too bad we can't use a hose to clean him off.
He's coded twice, but he seems responsive. He seems like a good candidate for improvement.
He's a candidate for hospice. He will start fading soon. While he's with us, you'll have to babysit. I'll have some involuntary movement. Just chart it. don't buy him any green bananas.
I don't think I can move. Or talk.
Well, this patient is going to need a nice place to sleep for a long time. It's too bad he's in good shape. Going to the gym isn't going to help him now. He will be paying big bills for a long time.
Doctor, he falls asleep every 5 minutes and looks around. Does he know what's going on?
Yes. Yes, he does know what's going on.
No. His radiology indicates wounds on 3 lobes in both hemispheres. He may seem awake, but as I said, don't buy this guy any green bananas.
I can hear every word that you are saying, Dr. Asshole.
Dr. Capon, will he be able to be transferred to hospice soon?
Probably. Oh, yeah, Christmas. Family will probably want one of those photos where they surround the bed, smile at the patient lying there like a zombie. Why do they do this? So stupid.
Where am I now? Sweet Jesus, I don't even think I'm alive. God? Am I stuck in limbo? My poor family. Enough of this. What happened? Who cares? I don't need to understand. I just need to get out of here. The rest of my life like this? No. Enough of this self-pity. There's a way out of this.
Sugar, oh honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you, honey, oh sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
What day is it? When is Christmas? What year is this Christmas? Yeah, I'm retired. I can go to the library in the mornings. That's good. The magazines that I want are on the shelves. That's good too. Discounts everywhere, from restaurants to movies. That's really good. Kids laugh at you when you jog. When you try to focus your eyes, people think you're staring at them. You know, I will smash and grab my neighbors' cars just to break the monotony. But somehow, I will go to the wedding and do the father-daughter dance. I love Cyndi Lauper, but that song she picked out is so long. Heather will hold me up. People will think that we are in a hug. They'll cry.
Really, Dad? I'm getting married in 3 months. Really? Bob and Selena were going to Honduras to see relatives. Their car got hit at the airport's parking lot. I hate driving.
Tell me about it. These people don't know how to drive for shit. Like, did you
I
even take a
know.
driver's test?
I know. It's like, I'm scared to drive out there. I mean, everybody drives so differently.
Wait.
And it's just like...
Selena's still with Bob?
Yeah.
Isn't he a fucking douche?
Yes. I can't stand him. I keep telling her every time, if you guys come and stay at Mom and Dad's for the weekend, I'm out of there. There's no way. I can't handle it. He wrecked my dad's car last year. And he didn't even say anything.
What?
Yeah. I mean, he just came in.
Shit.
Yeah. He didn't even...
What you gonna do, huh? Family's family.
What exactly happened to me? Was I hit by a car? This can't be a heart attack or a stroke. What happened to me? Was I at home or somewhere else?
We're almost there, darling.
Well, are you sure?
I promise. You're gonna love it.
Oh, darling, are you sure this is gonna make it better? My God!
He's alive? He's alive! You're alive!
Yes, I'm alive.
Under my care, of course you're alive. Nothing short of a medical miracle, I might add. And he has no one else to thank but me.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Starring Jim Jones. Nice. This is what you're talking about, Malik, with lining up the soundtrack, right? I think that's what Malik was talking about when he was talking about lining up the soundtrack.
Uh-oh. Lots of echo.
Banana Man.
So, just because everybody hasn't been introduced, but let's bring you Roger up and Andrea up. Jim's up. Malik's up. Johnny's up. All right, everybody. We got a nice little roundtable thing going here. Jim won't be able to hear us due to his technological constraints, but he can hear me. First of all, Jim, ouch. And how, do you have a picture of what your face looked like or anything when you were actually hurt, or like how close did you reproduce that? Oh, hold on. I muted you. Hang on.
So we were able to provide her of me in the hospital. And I looked that way, and she was really astute. She was very detailed and pretty well captured the way I looked. I was, and again, I was pretty in pretty bad shape. Again, I was not predicted to be with you people tonight.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. They told Jim's family that, well, he died twice. He coded twice, which they say in the film, and then they said he was going to be brain dead and never, recover. And Jim, was the doctor that much of a jerk, or is that comedic license?
I'll say this quickly. My my first wife, who's deceased, was a physician, and when she was doing her internship in Texas, there was doctors who were burnt out, perhaps not very empathetic, cynical, and they would use the expression, "Don't buy that patient any green tomatoes." And she never took that in. She didn't like that, but she didn't take it in, and she never used that expression. But when she came out here to Los Angeles, and she was doing her residency in Los Angeles, there was a couple of doctors saying green bananas under the same context. And so it's the same deal. Don't buy that patient any green bananas because he's not going to be around long enough for them to ripen.
Wow.
And so I had a doctor. I had many doctors, and most of them are just wonderful. I wouldn't be here without them, and nurses. They were great medical teams. But anyhow, there was one in particular who, when I was in between, I was starting to wake. I couldn't respond to people, but I could hear them. I was aware of their presence. I could hear what they were saying, and at some point, I could even see them. I had a doctor who didn't use the expression "green banana," but he talked to me as if I was a green banana. He said, "Jim, you have brain damage," and then that's all he said, and he walked away. And what he was doing was that there's always a quality assurance program for each patient. There's ways that the hospital has to document the kind of treatment they're providing. It has to meet certain quality assurance standards. And so I know there's a section that says, "Have you informed the patient of his condition?" And so he was informing me of my condition, that I had brain damage. He made his check on his checklist and walked away. He did other things as well. I won't take the time to talk about all the things, but he treated me like a green banana. And since I've done this film, I've had people call me and email me their experiences of being a green banana, or their son or daughter was a green banana. And so most of the time it doesn't happen, but it does happen. You have people who probably are just, I like to think that they're just so tired, they're distracted from their sense of humanity, or hopefully they're not like that all the time, but whatever the reason, people will experience these things.
I think and I think, and you're the psychologist, for goodness sake, and then I definitely want to be able to relay a question here too, because I'm sure some others might have a couple quick questions, but I'm sure there's a psychological kind of, behind the scenes when the patients aren't around, it's the green bananas thing, right? I mean, you got to relieve that tension. I can't even imagine what it's been like with COVID, but I mean, I do know enough, I've had enough friends that are in fields like that, or any field, you've got kind of those inside jokes and just trying to relieve the stress and everything. I would imagine that's pretty normal.
I do know so.
He can't hear me.
I worked at psychiatric hospitals most of my career, and again, I was chief of psychology at one. And you do have dark humor, something that that might take the edge off. Although if other people heard it, it would be inappropriate and be hurtful potentially. And so you have to be very, very careful. One of the things I've always told my interns and students at the hospitals: watch your use of humor, because humor can go south so fast and be misinterpreted, and so but it can happen.
What were you going to say, Darian? You're muted, buddy.
Just tell Jim that I admire his ability to take a super tragic situation like that and make it into a comedy, but it still has the same message. But it's pretty brave to be able to go that vulnerable on such a traumatic situation.
Yeah, so Jim, he was saying that he really admires your ability to take such a tragedy and kind of turn it into a comic situation. What was the last part you said, Darian?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay, good. Yeah. Did it feel good to get made as a movie? Like, did it help you get past any of the other stuff? Like, what was that like?
It was it was helpful. Now it's not 100% the way it really happened. A lot of the scenes in the hospital were accurate. They pretty well happened. But the scenes in my imagination, I was pretty gone. I didn't dream. I don't remember anything. But as I was writing this, I was not secure enough that the hospital scenes would be strong enough just for the film. So I added things that came from, I don't know where they came from. This came from various sources. But it's because it's semi-autobiographical. I paid the price for anything I'd make up that didn't really happen. Like my wife would go, "We never did that. We didn't do that. Who were you with when that happened?" You know, and and oh, and
Nurses
my
in
daughter,
bikinis.
and without them, I would not be here. My daughter and my wife, all my kids. I have my kids and my wife, everybody, my friends. They really saw me through some really rough times about learning to walk again, eat again, independently, you know, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I paid the piper for trying to be funny and realizing I should have realized this is, you know, it's clearly autobiographical and learned something there. I really learned something there. So
That
the
is
scenes in the hospital
really
were pretty real. So
it's really
Reb,
awesome.
how did he get the hospital set? Or do you mind just speaking
Oh,
about some of those logistics? Like, was that a
yeah.
studio set that, you know, kind of what, or how did he get all that done?
Hey, Jim, where did you shoot the hospital scenes? How did you secure that location?
In Orange County, there's a company that provides sets. They're already there. So hospital, classroom, police department, courtroom, all kinds of things are right there. And the name escapes me at this moment. I must say the injuries I have from that I've had to work and adapt and accommodate to. I have some short-term memory issues that are significant. I have a titanium rod at my spine. I have cadaver bone for a neck.
Oh my
I have lots of
gosh.
different things. So I said Pinewood? I can't remember now. No, Pinewood's in England. What am I talking about? I can't think of the company right now, but it's in Orange County. They have these sets already made up, and so it was perfect. And it wasn't that expensive. It was affordable for the budget I had. This thing did go over budget, but and the next, I'm working on another film right now that I think we'll be able to maintain it. But this one, there was unexpected. Well, we were dealing with COVID at the time, trying to make sure everybody could be there. I had to hire a company to make sure that everything was cleaned up, you know, after every night and everything. So there was extra costs that weren't expected. But anyhow, it's in Orange County. I wish I could think of the name of it offhand because they were wonderful. They were so helpful. They went above and beyond to make it comfortable for us and to help make it real. I mentioned my wife who is deceased. My wife, I remarried, and she's a nurse, and she's been a nurse supervisor for many years. So she was really helpful on the set. She taught the nurses taught the actresses how to perform the duties of a nurse, and it was real handy. And she even ensured that at Christmas time we do have decorations in some of the rooms, and she made all that stuff, made it really pop. I think made it real enough for the film. So I was very fortunate having all these people involved. But I'm going to try to find them before we leave tonight. I'll try to find the name of that company because it's really helpful, and they have all kinds of sets. So
I am absolutely stoked because yeah, just follow people on Instagram. Let me know. I'll get it out there. Darian and I are already thinking, what kind of film can we do? Darian's like you do films with me. Okay, I'm trying to write a script with you. But anyway, what kind of film can we do in a hospital in LA that we can get for a good deal? So there you go. Amanda, I see her shaking her head too. Yeah, it's always good to know where we can go. Does anybody else have a question or a comment for Jim that I can relay like ship to shore?
Yes, great work, man. Really, really, really great work. I really enjoyed that.
Well, thank you for being patient and seeing it with me. I appreciate that.
Whoa, he can hear you guys. Wait, how'd that happen?
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that, Jim. And get better.
Actually, he couldn't hear you. That was just okay. Anybody else? What's RebMac's Facebook page? Anonymous Facebook user? I think my Facebook page is Revolution McInnes, but it's got a funny Norwegian symbol over the O. It's a long story. Me and Zuckerberg didn't agree with something. Jim Jones, that was great. I want to get you back on, maybe my interview show or something. We can have all the audio hooked up and everything correctly. I definitely would love to talk films, forensic psychology, the work you're doing in LA. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that this gentleman here is on, he's on it like an advisory board or something. He can explain what the name of it is, but he's out there every day helping people in disasters, like, doing some real noble work.
Yeah, I'm on the Mayor Garcetti's crisis response team, and to be quite frank, I go to a homicide or a suicide literally about once a week, and provide support and to the family, the survivors, or sometimes the victims are alive. So I might work with them or the families, the bystanders, whomever needs someone at that moment to talk to. Most of the time I'm with families, and that's very important. And I go all over LA, and I'll get called. Now, it's all pro bono. I don't accept any money for it. I work for Mary Garcetti, and he's done, really, it's a wonderful group to belong to. It's not a big group, but we're there for people, and the feedback we've gotten has been very positive. Again, it's more than just me. There's a number of people involved, and they're all trying very hard to help people through a very heartbreaking moment. So
that is very great work, and I just want to, if David sees this in the replay, David Newman, I know he does that stuff with you, and thank him for doing that. And Jim Jones, it's just been an absolute pleasure, even through all the little technical difficulties, but we'll talk soon. You can stay, but I don't know what you can hear and what you can't hear. But if you also want to take off, that is totally fine. Totally up to you. We'll let you know what the results are of the film festival judging.
I'll probably stay because everybody's been very patient in staying with me. So I can at least hang out, even though it might be in silence. So
yeah, I'm just thinking.
The name of the studio, I'll put it in this comment section. I'll type it in there.
If you're not going to be talking, what you might try to do is log on. You can now just log on through your phone and listen that way.
Okay, how about this? Oh, okay. How about the comment section? I can write the name of the.
Yeah, you can make comments too. Yeah, but I was hoping you might be able to hear it if you watch it through your phone.
Okay.
And I'll just keep you muted here, and that could work. So give it a shot.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's Johnny here. Oh, no. Anybody old enough to even know what that is? Well, I am. Johnny, tell me, how did you get here tonight? I heard you didn't even know how you got here, right?
Yeah, I guess I got a message from you in Instagram and asked me for any short films. So I was like, well, I got 2 available, maybe. So I sent it to you, and then you said, yeah, could you be able to make it here at 11 o'clock at night? I usually go to bed at 10:30, so that's kind of past my bedtime. So I'm holding it out there as much as I can because, yeah, it's usually I go to bed very, very early. Old people like me get to go.
Darian, you got to get these guys to be able to stay up later.
You're gonna have to, Johnny. You're gonna have to train up to that premiere in September because you're gonna be partying pretty late that night.
Actually, I would.
It's
I would like to
1999.
get party late, but I'm gonna go home like 1 o'clock. That's it.
Okay, that's late for you though, right?
That's late for me already. Yeah. But usually
Fantastic.
afternoon nap, so that's always helped. But today I couldn't hit the 10, so.
Well, give us just a short setup. Nothing.
We decided to do this little short film just because I wanted to see whether or not one of the actors is capable to do martial art fight sequence. And so he is now in playing one of the bad guy in my feature film, and that we just finish finished production at 2 weeks ago in post production. So it's all finished done now. And so we decided to do this little short film to see how it goes and see whether they know how to fight and see if they know how to act. So that's a very basic premise until you watch it.
Very cool. This is going to be fun. Friendly suggestion from Jerome. Oh, dude, 45 minutes we were working on that audio, and I made it work. But that was the best. That was the best we could do. And it does happen, but that is why I like to have people come in early. But everybody else, we seem to be pretty good. But this technology it's still fairly new, and everybody's like, but we've had this for a long time. But putting it in this kind of combination and everything, we're still in beta. So let's see. We're going to run with the prize. Johnny Woo. And look, Johnny Woo, just thank you for everything you're doing for the film school, for Darian too. It's great.
Buddy. I can't say no to him. Want to help him
There
out.
you go. All right, here we go. Enjoy, everybody.
Hey, Bob. Bob. Yo, Bob.
Mike, what's going on, man? We got more work?
Not much. I haven't heard anything from Boss Man, but I got a question.
What's up?
How long we been friends?
About 5, 6 years. Why?
Something like that. All right. You know her? What's going on in this picture?
Yeah, I know her. That's Christina. We were on a date last night.
No, that's Lauren. Yeah,
No.
that's Lauren, and we've been dating for like 6 months now.
That can't be right, because we've been talking for about a week. You all right, Mike? What's up?
Listen, I don't know what's going on here, but I think we're both getting played. So what, you want to do something about it?
I mean, you're not trying to talk this out? What you doing, Mike? What you balling your fist up for, man?
I just think we should fight it out, and whoever wins gets her.
Fine, Mike. Whoever gets knocked out first loses. And the winner gets Christina.
Lauren, and fine by me.
Come on, let's go.
What you balling your fists up for, man?
Come on, Mike. Ladies first. Jeez. Over a girl.
Stop! What are you guys doing here? At least you got a good workout, because we got a job. We leave in an hour. Get cleaned up and get ready, okay?
Yes, sir. Looks like the boss man saved you.
Shut up, Robert.
We'll finish this after the mission.
Oh, champagne. Meet my new girlfriend. Going out on a date tonight. Contact Matt. He'll give you a full debrief on the mission. And get cleaned up. Come on.
Yeah, I see it.
That's crazy.
These women, man.
They something else. But I'll tell you what, though, after this mission, we're gonna figure this out.
You already know I'm better.
Yeah, right, Mike. Okay. I think that's something.
Ladies first. Hey, Bob!
Nice. Did you notice that the boss had a bigger axe than everybody else?
Yep, that was on purpose. This kid actually injured himself there too, so we taped it up and then continued the fight.
Wow.
I mean, he went through a lot to only know a week. Jesus Christ.
Ah!
Must be one heck of a lady.
Boy. Suckers for love.
Right. Right. You didn't even know her name.
Whoa.
Well, it shows that she's the one who's playing them all.
Really funny.
Right.
Really funny though.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of good because I own a prop company and I have those actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I own a prop company, so we got the.
Oh, look! Check out the boss man. He got played too.
She left him for somebody else with a bazooka.
Oh, right. She probably took his axe with him. With her. Nice one. That was fun.
Thank you. Rev, you're muted.
Does this come from experience, like Jim Jones there, Johnny?
No. We did a movie. We did a movie called Immortal Kombat, which is currently right on Tubi and Amazon. And so we decided to do a little featurette, skit between it. So just like, let's do about one of the 411 members, actually 3 of them. So they all use an axe to fight against the enemy. So at the beginning you see one of the guy with a small axe, and then later is the big boss with a bigger axe. But they're the axe gang, and we decided to do that. And at the same time, the young kid Kyle, we wanted to see whether he know how to fight and axe, so he can use it for the current movie. So that was the whole idea to try this little short film to test them out to see how good they are. They choreograph their own fight sequences too, so that's how you matters.
Nice.
And you're a kind of a action movie guy. You like making those films.
I like make action sci-fi type of movie. I was gonna put some sci-fi in this one too, but decided just to go a little bit more basic. To see how far
Well, yeah, she could have been one of those. What do they call them? The what are those green
Androids?
women on Star Trek or
Humanoids?
something?
Yeah, she could be like a humanoid.
Yeah. She's just collecting axes.
My goodness, yeah, the axes, and that was just a whole lot of fun. And I got to say, both of these films really, but the Darren, you would agree the production values are great.
Oh yeah.
The editing's great. The
location was really good on this one, Johnny. How did you get that location?
Jared, the guy, the African American guy who was punching her earlier, that was where he trained. So we asked, hey, can we use this location? And they said, not a problem. So he checked with his the owner, and the owner had no problem for the use. It's kind of cool.
Many a
in Cleveland.
star has
Yeah.
been born when you say, I'd love to use your house for this film. And they're like, got any available parts? Yeah, we do.
Right.
Well,
Like
usually-
leading lady? Well, your house is
Yeah.
pretty nice. Okay, miss, sorry, go home. This is the new leading lady right here. So,
Well,
I
we don't do
mean,
that.
you know,
We
it
don't
happens.
replace
You know, a
people. We
little
don't
part for a
replace people,
location.
though. Yeah, we don't replace people because of location, but most of the time we got fortunate enough that people let us use location because they love to see what we can make it out of them.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking for a house for 1940, which is Darren and I are working together this project, and this is one of my headache. We cannot find a house that's about from the era of 1940 here right now, so we're still searching.
In LA? Oh, you're
I'm not in LA. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, you're in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But we'll
1940s
find it.
house.
We'll find it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that was just a whole lot of fun. What is the what's the next thing you're working on besides what
The
you just
next
said?
thing, well, there's two other projects. One is a project I'm working with Darian. It's 4 different short films. Each one is about 15 minutes long. If everything goes okay, Darian's gonna DP his own, the one that he wrote, which have limo, talking limo. I don't know why he came up with the idea count. It drive me crazy. And then I have another one that we're working with a distributor right now that is going to be a green lit in August, where we're shooting 5 different 3.5 minutes short films that's very futuristic and all sci-fi action type of movie. So short films. So those are what we're working on right now. And getting the feature film right now to more film festivals. That's about it.
What was the absolute toughest thing about that film? What just drove you nuts?
My main concern, usually when we do a fight sequence, we always have a medic on board. For that day, my medic is not available. Was not available because he's actually was busy with FEMA. So we asked the actors to say, "Are you guys comfortable?" And they say, "Yes, yes, yes." Sure enough, Kyle twisted his ankle and wanted to fall. And then we blame him for not paying attention because we told everybody, "Don't get hurt, don't get hurt." We don't make sure that everything goes smoothly. But he's a tough guy. He tough it up and finish it up. But yeah, nobody knows the difference until you see the behind the scenes stuff that we saw him fall down to the ground in pain. But yeah, that was probably the hardest part of my set, and trying to make sure that he doesn't anybody get hurt really.
I was going to say something about insurance and filmmaking, but that you should do that, Darren. You should have a class in the 1 Minute Film School. I actually heard an insurance conversation on Clubhouse today for filmmaking, and yeah, wow. My friend Brian, that does the Skeptoid podcast, he made a feature, and he does skeptical stuff, right? So he's telling people that they're lying, basically, or that that's junk science or whatever.
Yeah.
He had an insane time clearing that film because the lawyers were like, "Nope, that one's going to sue you for that. That one's going to sue you for that. Change that, or you're going to get sued." It took him like a year to clear
Wow.
that film, and
Unbelievable.
it was insanely expensive.
E&O insurance, the error in omission insurance, that's a painful thing to get. I've been fortunate that I have 9 feature film already been distributed, but not one of them has been requesting me to have E&O insurance
Oh, that's
for
good.
it. I think because I don't go to theatrical release, so I think when you go to theatrical release, you might want to have that. But when you go to the digital or DVD and Blu-ray, you don't need to have to worry about that much. From my experience, I mean, so far I had doesn't need it.
Yeah, that was something I didn't even know. And he's made a few features too for his skeptical work. And he got so frustrated on that when he's like, "I'm not making another feature again." It was just too much. But his was a little, special, like I said, because, okay, if you tell somebody Bigfoot doesn't exist, fine. But if you tell a company or something that, your medicine is, fake, well, they might sue you.
I'm sure Michael Moore, the documentarian Michael Moore, then has to worry about that type of thing too.
Oh, now maybe 20 years ago, not so much, but yeah, apparently now it's gone crazy.
You can just make a documentary, but it's very much like a parody, so you don't have to worry about insurance. That's
There you
kind of
go.
like a loophole, but you sometimes can get away with that.
Right.
I like
As a
that.
parody.
I like that. I like that. How did you get into action films? Like, did you watch them when you were a kid, or?
Well, I grew up in a martial art family. We have a martial art system being passed down from father to son for 2,800 years. And so I've been trained in martial arts since I was 3. I hated it. I tried to run away from it. But my dad always grabbed me back and spanked the heck out of me and then make sure that I train my martial arts system. And then my father decided to own over 5,000 Betamax and 5,000 VHS tapes. And all martial action movies, so he just loved to watch that. I still remember vividly one day for almost 24 hours, we went to see every Bruce Lee death movie that was available that day. It's because they make a whole bunch of movies about how Bruce Lee died. So we went and watched probably about 10 hours of movies or 12 hours. I was pissed so bad. I was probably like 78 years old and I couldn't handle it. But that's my dad. He knows a lot of people. He's very well connected because he was a diplomat. We also have a very strong lineage with a very well-known filmmaker in Hong Kong. Not mention his name, and so we kind of have this in our gene, I guess, to be a filmmaker and be a martial artist.
Dude, I love that. And
somebody whose name is very similar to yours, right?
Shut up.
Hey, I know nothing. Yes. Shh. That is absolutely fantastic. I know you are burning the midnight oil. So if you got to go, just pop on out. You can just hit the exit at the bottom. We'll let you know who wins. But this is really just about showing the films and having fun. So for today's, politically correct world, you're all winners. But anyway, that was great, Johnny. And just getting it, or is it Jim or Joe? No, sorry. Just getting it all together today and pulling this off was a blast. And I really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me here. And definitely
and you guys can always bring stuff back. So Darian said, "I love the smooth camera work." Kizzy says, "I was thinking twins would walk in," and Jim said, "Great post work." So those are nice. Those are nice comments to get from people out there. And yeah, I like that. Damn, he only knew her a week. LOL from from Roger. Woo. That was fun. Very fun. Thank you, Johnny.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to have to
talk to you later, bud. You take care.
All right. Sleep well.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Later.
Let's talk to our friend Amanda. Who'd we lose? Oh, we lost Darian again. He pops in and out. How are you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing well. This is so much fun.
Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. It's definitely a fun thing to do. Kizzy says she loved the fight scene. He's gone, but yeah, coordinating a fight scene is not the easiest thing to do in the world.
No.
To make it look good. I mean, those guys were hitting each other. There was no doubt about it in some way, shape, or form on that. And that was really cool, really fun. So I saw your film. Not a lot of fighting. There is something about your film that I'm going to let people discover for themselves, but it's very interesting. It's a theme throughout the film, and it is. We'll talk about it afterwards. Yes, you want to give us a quick little setup, and we'll run it.
I don't want to say too much. Let's go in blind. Let's go in cold.
Well, there you go. That's the way to do it. I agree 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm just so excited to be able to show these films, and appreciate all of you for doing this. This is First Kill, and this was written by you and produced, correct? No?
Nope. Written by Liz Hayward, who's listening,
Okay.
but she can't. She's
Oh,
not
hi.
able to
Sorry,
speak,
Liz.
but she's listening. Written by Liz, directed by me, and produced by our friend Brian Richter, who's not here with
Got
us,
it.
unfortunately.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, we're going to have you back for the talk show one time too. I think that'll be fun. Here we go. Enjoy. I see you laughing, Darren.
Yeah, this is funny. Double D.
Mm-hmm.
Nice one.
That was really good, Amanda.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the great comments. I really appreciate all the cool comments in the chat box. So thank you.
You took hella advantage of that sunlight. What time did you start in the morning?
You know, I had the most amazing DP. It was ridiculous. The crew that I had was sick, and so we started early in the morning, and then we shot all through the night. Right? We only shot for one day. We shot for one day.
Wow.
And we prepped for two.
That's good, because if you prep well, you can save shooting time.
Yeah.
Prep well, yeah.
It's a lot cheaper to prep than to have those cameras there and stuff.
We owned the house. The producer owned the house, so we were able to get the crew up there 2 days ahead of time. Did the whole scout with the shot list. We had everything totally prepped.
And we need to come back here on the video.
Really
oh my
work,
goodness.
really good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was shot on a red. It was shot on a red.
It was red. Yeah. Thanks, Jim, for that's a really good question. Jim, hang on, buddy. I know you're relaxing at home, but I also know you're a big film fan.
There were some interesting lenses there. How deep do you get, Amanda, with that stuff? Because all my cinematography questions are firing in my brain right now.
I should. My Daniel Stilling is his name, and he's in Sweden, and so I am not in total contact with him. I should have asked him, but this was so you
such an orders.
But we could bring him back. He's such a great guy and such a professional. We just, our collaboration was amazing, and he was able to do all of that. My issue is that in LA, I had all of these people that I had contacts with. So my friend Ryan was the producer, and that was he put the whole crew together. Liz is the writer. She came to one of my screenwriting workshops and brought in this short. And I was like, you wrote this? This is what you wrote? Because this is amazing, which is rare, right? Where you get like a great script just handed to you on a silver platter. We workshopped it a little bit back and forth, but the idea was there. So the whole crew. But my point in saying it is that I was totally creative and not hands-on enough with the lenses and the cameras, because now that I've left LA and I don't have this embarrassment of riches of my contacts, I'm realizing how ignorant I am of all of these things, and this is why I'm so appreciative of Darian and your 1 Minute Film School, because it's forcing me to do it myself and figure it all out.
Yeah, that was really good. The colors was popping. I mean, I saw 85 in there. I saw a 50. I saw a 25, maybe a 16.
Yeah, I saw some wides in there, and maybe even wide anamorphic. And then I was interested in like what was on the car as well, because the camera was rigged to the cars, on the front of the cars while they were driving. So that was cool. So yeah, man, that was just really, really nice visually, and then also story wise. So really well done.
Thank you. We had lots of talks about what we wanted it to look like, and we did work from a shot list, and so like I said, we were just totally prepared and super collaborative, and everything just came together so wonderfully.
Did you?
Yeah, I just want to jump in.
Difference, right?
Yeah.
I just want to jump in real quick, because my buddy Jim, he's in Chicago too, and he's on HAPS, and I know he's like a music and movie buff. So, Jim, tell us, what did you think there, buddy, coming out of the audience?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Reb. Great seeing you. Hope you had a great time in Los Angeles. And hello,
good to see you.
Distinguished guests. Good seeing you. I'm a huge David Lynch fan. Love Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet and all things related. And I just loved the spontaneity. I just loved the the underground, the humor, and the post work was brilliant as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that the whole Lynchian thing to me, it just, especially when we saw the sheriff, I'm like, oh shit, it is Twin Peaks in that room. And I was waiting for a diminutive person to come in and say something weird. And the goat, oh, for God's sakes. But before we get to the goat and the bump at the end, this is something that I've talked about. I talk about it all the time. When the talkies came, it was going to be the ruin of filmmaking. It would be over. I mean, film was dead. They're going to talk in movies? Dialogue? No, you don't do that to movies. That would be horrible. And that's, I went, from film history, that's kind of what they thought. There was a certain group of people, and people, I think, like Charlie Chaplin had horrible voices and didn't, the talkies weren't for everybody because the acting style and everything was totally different. But I mean, what was missing in that film, folks? What didn't we hear?
I was amazed there was no dialogue, but I got the whole story.
Boom, no dialogue right there. I mean, my film school teachers who said, keep your dialogue to a minimum, oh, they would love you. Or your writer. That was your writer. That was great. I just love that.
Chewing gum. Yeah.
He was chewing the hell out that gum.
It's funny because when the actress Margaret kept saying to me, "Is it too much?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna tell you if it's too much. Chew that gum. Chew it. I won't let it be too much. I promise." And she went for it. So
they look like they were having. I think you can tell a little bit when the actors are having fun. I think you can. I mean, it just looked like everybody was having fun on that movie. It was such a fun movie.
Yeah, thank you. It was a fun crew, and
right, Kizzy.
It was a bunch of people who just loved making movies, and just when you get that, and everybody's just down for let's do it. However we got to get it done, we'll get it done, and we'll rig this and we'll do that, and when you're in that environment, it's magical.
The only thing I missed in that movie, Amanda, was Frances McDormand. I just felt like she should have fit right in that film.
Right? Over there,
hey
there.
I appreciate that. Because when we were talking about the concept, of course, David Lynch came into it, right? And this environment that we were going to be in. But I really was thinking Coen Brothers as well. And so
I agree.
100%.
Yeah, that was my inspiration. Was
it
Coen
felt
Brothers.
like Fargo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so there was a whole thing that we did that we I gotta remember what we talked about. I got it. But anyway, yeah, it was all Coen Brothers. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that too. The seeing that.
Yeah. What was the you want to say? Do you remember what the budget was on that movie?
Sure. Yeah, no, we had 7,000.
Wow.
And so the biggest decision was to take the money and not put any towards sound and shoot the whole thing MOS. And so that was another practical thing about not having dialogue, is that we were able to do that. And so it was this whole progression, and it's a really great example. Liz did not set out to not write it with dialogue. She wrote the script. And then as we sat down with Ryan, our producer, and started talking budget, it became clear also how visual the script was. And it was just this progression of a conversation of, well, how much dialogue can we take out, right? And we were like sitting around a table, well, and then finally, like, we all just looked at each other, and Ryan said, if shit is the only piece of dialogue, that's going to be great. And we were like, really, you think it'll really work? And so it was like this whole joint realization that we didn't need it. It was such a visual script. So we shot at MOS, and I learned a lot. You watch it and you look at all the mistakes, right? And you think of all the things that you would have done differently. But yeah,
And the sound that was in there, how did that get in there?
Really good, really good.
So
Gutsy call.
So So we had the 7,000, and then Liz was able to raise, I think, 2 more for post. And so we had a really nice post-production team who went in, and Daniel Stilling, the DP, did all the color. I know someone asked me about color. He color corrected the whole thing himself. But we also had a post team, and they did all the sound, and we brought the actors back in for ADR.
Nice. Very well done.
For the consumer of film, explain ADR and all those things that you're talking about.
So when you shoot without sound, you then have to go in and loop all the sound in. So the actors had to go in and relive those moments. So when Margaret's banging the car and she's huffing and puffing and all, they had to reenact the whole film in a sound booth, and then that sound gets recorded, and then they lay it in, and and even all the Foley, what's it called? Foley, all the
Foley.
sounds,
Yeah.
the Foley sounds. So everything like the bugs, the trees, the background sound, all of that was laid in, and for this team that we had for like $2,000 that they were able to do this was another embarrassment of riches. And I mean, like, we were painstaking, like every single thing. They were like, well, how loud should the bugs be? And and it was just and honestly, again, like, we talked about the level of bugs, the sound level of the bugs forever. Like, who wants to talk about this forever? Only people who love what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
That is so curious, like, because
It's so funny.
watching it, I didn't think that's even down to the sound of the trees. I mean, I'm sure that you mixed it, but I didn't think that you recreated like every sound that I heard, like the breeze in the trees and all of that. Like, I didn't think
it's all
like,
there.
because being out in the, my family's from South Carolina, so I've been in those woods. I've been in those kind of areas, and I'm like, that's easy to capture. But the fact that y'all layered it in a studio, I mean, thumbs up, man. I'm impressed.
Yeah, and it all matched up perfectly too. It synced up perfectly. There's no lag, nothing. It was amazing.
I don't know.
Once again, I'm sitting here watching it going, this is the story point that has to be told. This is the shot that we're going to shoot. This is the setup. This is but I'm not the one picking the lenses, and I'm also not the one mixing the sound. It's all creative coming from me. And so it's again, just a matter of me being ridiculously lucky with these talented people in LA. But again, and now really realizing how much I don't know, and in order for me to succeed, what I really need to learn is really intimidating but exciting as well. So
Now, Amanda.
Yeah. So
You muted, D. You muted. Oh, there you go.
Oh, where do you live now, Amanda?
I live in New York. I live a half hour out of New York, and I do have a lot of contacts, but I have a lot more theater contacts here. I'm a member of the Actors Studio, and I do a lot of theater, and so I have great access to actors and all of that, but not to the camera crews. I've done 3 different shorts with 3 different crews, and 2 of them were with Reds, and none of it was my equipment, and all of it was through friends. And they're all in LA. So, it's like, I lived there for 12 years on and off. So you meet the right people, but.
Well, that was just really fun. Although, wait, hold on. First of all, a lamb goes, bah, and a goat goes, bah. And so the prize-winning goat, right? I mean, first I wanted to say when I saw this going, because it says this is how they got away with it. So my first thought was whoever they killed, everybody wanted gone, so they were just going to help them do it. That wasn't the direction that it went in, but like what the F? Like a goat?
This is the writer, right? She's listening, so she could hear.
Yes, Liz, it's so awesome.
Great work, Liz.
And it came from an actual story. So there was an actual story about two girls, I think, who did commit an actual murder, and they did actually kill a person, bury them in the woods, and the tow truck lady got saddled with it because of her cell phone. So that was real. But then that's a true story. But then she flipped it to make it into this comedy caper, which
that was really good.
So good.
The prize-winning goat. I mean,
great.
Wow, it was awesome. It was really funny, and I just like the kicker at the end. Wait, is that goat coming back? What's happening here? Yeah, it was very fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Kizzy says she didn't see the goat coming at the end. Nor did I.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't see the goat coming.
That was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
And now everybody from the film got little goat stuff because there's goats everywhere, right? So everybody's got a goat statue, a goat picture. Everybody got to take goat stuff home.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, just the attention to detail like that. That is, again, one of the things I love about this show is that there's so many little things you can learn, about filmmaking and, the insight on the X's and all those little things, like everybody, there's a job for somebody just to keep track of where things were.
Yeah.
At what time, what you're wearing, at what, I don't know what that job is called, but what you're wearing.
Continuity.
Yeah, continuity. It's continuity. And exactly. Thank you, Roger. And just that there's just so much that goes into making a film.
Yeah.
And wow, you guys did a good job. You need to get that crew together and stretch that onto some kind of feature.
Yes. Believe me, I'm just waiting. I have lots of projects just waiting to get my crew back together again. And hopefully we'll all make some money next time, right?
There you go. Well, maybe somebody will see it and you can get a little cash still. We'll see what kind of magic we have tonight.
Festivals and see what happens.
It did. It made the whole rounds on all the festivals. It won some awards. Yeah, it won Best Comedy Horror at Oregon Screen Fest. So that's like the one I'm most proud of.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, Amanda. And thank you for rushing this all together for us. It's, not supposed to be this way, but it kind of makes it fun too. Just
it is fun. That's what pop-up is, right? That's pop-up, right? So yeah, exactly. I'm sorry I couldn't have Daniel Stilling here to talk about the cinematography because he's just amazing. So, but next time. Well,
yes, for sure.
Permanently in Sweden or just in visiting?
He resides there, but he travels all over the world. He's always working. Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing.
Fantastic. Wow, we have been we're still under 2 hours, so that's good. Just absolutely super fun time. I am going to pay a quick bill with everybody on the screen. Scooch case, folks, come on, buy the cases. They're good cases. It's actually the company's out of Indiana, of all places. They're made in China and Japan, of course, in the New World Order. But the nice thing about this little thing is you can hold on to it. You can use it to, I'm hawking cases here, people. Buy them. They're good cases. Scoochcase.com. And damn, I don't know if the Club Deck app is working, so I'm not going to do my clubdeck.app promo tonight. But scoochcase.com. If you buy one, tell them you like it. Email them. Tell them you saw it on the show. And all right, Roger.
What's going on, world?
Yeah. Roger is a writer of music, right? By trade?
Yeah. I've been a songwriter, producer, and music over 25 years now. I've worked with people like my first hit record was "Satisfy You" with Puffy and R. Kelly. I've worked with Barry White. I've worked with Little Kim, Missy. I've been an A&R for record companies and stuff like that. So yeah, I've had a blast doing music and writing and producing.
I think you got Graminated for a Nommy or something, didn't you?
Yeah,
Graminated for a Nommy?
that
Nominated
was
for
a good
Grammy?
one. Graminated. I've
That's
been
a good. That's a good.
Graminated
Graminated.
for that record with Puff and R. Kelly called "Satisfy You." That was the song that I got Grammy nominated for. We all got but when we did "Come to Me" with him and Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls, I got a BMI Writer of the Year award and stuff like that.
Wow.
So as a songwriter, I'm accomplished and
So,
very
so,
happy
so you're
with how
sort of an
things
up and
turned out.
coming. You're sort of an up and coming
Yeah, now
writer.
as a filmmaker, he's starting over.
Well, in the film, like the beauty of it is I've always written stories. Even when I write songs, there's stories. And when I started writing screenplays, I've always wanted to. Years ago, because of my rapping and writing ability, I was able to be in the movie The Fighting Temptations with Cuba and Beyonce. I was one of the gangster rappers. And when I got in that movie, I always wanted to do it like one of my closest friends. He's like a little brother to me, Jason Weaver. I've been around him since he was like 15 years old. So and running around when he got signed to Motown. So I've always been around it with friends like Omar Gooden and I've been in stuff with him and Harry Lennox, who's a mentor of mine. Like just people I can talk to. I've always wanted to do film. So when I started writing. It just got to a point like it felt like long songs to me, like, but with a lot more moving parts, like, cause you can just go in the studio and have a good time, bump your head and be like, oh, that's it. But with a movie, you be like, damn, I wrote 40 pages the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, or like, or I went crazy. So like, even with this short, Kill Everybody in the Room, I always had the concept. I see things before I write them. So it's a franchise already in my head. I have two part one and part two already. But during the pandemic, I was just stuck in the house, and friends of mine were still working on certain sets and stuff like that, and I was just like, I gotta shoot something. Like I want to do this, and I look at this industry just like I looked at music. Most of the songs I sold, except for a few, were songs I already wrote for myself or songs I was doing anyway. And people heard them, the right people heard them. So I always look at this as, you need to shoot something. Nobody's going to want to just read your script, bro. Like, you don't even want to read it. So why you think everybody else is going to want to read your 110-page script? Just, come on, man, read
They
it.
won't, actually.
It's like, come on, bro. Like,
They'll read the treatment and maybe skim through a couple of pages. If they like it, they'll have some assistant something or other read it.
If they like, in my experiences, just being in business, period, you'll get that if the right person calls. If the right person calls for you, if this cold call, forget about it. Like I've been at A&R, people mailing their demos in, and they go right from the mailbox to the trash. Like
Right.
Like if a lawyer didn't call me, or I knew I was doing this deal before I got to the office that day, or I knew I wanted to work with this person, like I didn't listen to none of that stuff. So I look at film the same way. But I do understand you coming down from one mountaintop to get to another one. You're gonna walk through the valley, and I feel with film, I'm in the valley. I don't look for any special treatment. I don't, I just went and bought my own little camera setup and a bunch of lenses, and I'm going.
Oh,
I'm just like,
you shot this movie?
I didn't shoot this movie.
Okay, I was gonna say because you're in it. Are you in it?
No, I'm not in it. I directed it.
No, you're not in it. All right, hold on. I'm confusing filmmakers here.
I wrote it and directed it. And me and my girlfriend Chantel produced it. Like I said, I own a prop company, So, and
Mhm.
that came because I get on certain people's sets and they never have props. Like it seems like they don't put the thought process into set design or
Mhm.
anything like that. But I know that's because of budgeting or whatever the case may be. So I just said instead of doing that with mine, everything I wrote, if I wrote props into the script, I just went and bought the props, and then it became an addiction. And now my house is just littered with
Full of
all
props.
kinds of just
Where are
ridiculous.
you in the world?
I'm in Jersey City. I'm in New Jersey.
So you're close to New York there.
Yeah. I'm from New York. So
Fantastic.
so I put it, we put it all together. I'll let y'all know the heartaches and the hiccups I went through once y'all watch it. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yep. In a minute, we'll talk about it. I will say that is this your actual kind of first short?
This is my first short directing. Yes.
First, I mean, I really enjoyed this film, and this is not a comedy. So here we go.
Yeah.
Kill everybody in the room. I'm with bated breath.
All my life, all I wanted to do was be a cop. To serve, protect, and rid the streets of the scumbags like the 2G gang. Jax was my partner and best friend. We've tried to nail these motherfuckers, and nothing ever sticks. There's a Bible verse in Psalms that says the righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. Now, I'm not all into religion, but sometimes the only justice is vengeance.
Yo, we pick, lippin', hot boys, blingin', hood raps, flow, black knots, gold, raps, bash, foes, stick in the asshole, promo touring, homo, play and get a paid show, fancy yes, man, set it on any man, set it on any clip, spit hip sickness, ridiculous, fuckers on your mind, huh? I roll with peacemakers, stuff you out from behind, it's not a game player, you know the name, unstoppable, hop out and pop a few, like a block or two, straight cheese, no credit, let a nigga owe me cash, I'm gonna get it, won't let it happen, niggas just be rapping, talk about nothing, niggas stop frontin', you full of oven, stuffing, player call ya bluffing, better start running, associates coming, who banging them, who hurting them, who killing them, who banging them, who hurting them, who killing them, who banging them, who hurting them, who killing them, who banging them, who hurting them, who killing them, yeah. Yo.
Check this dude out thoroughly. Yeah, he official. What?
What? Last time we had to kill a fucking cop.
What you trying to say?
Nigga, is you fucking deaf? I said what I said.
Better watch your mouth, bitch.
Damn,
Both of y'all,
shut your fucking
shit.
face.
Both of y'all shut the fuck up. If this dude ain't who he say he is, you gonna have to answer for it.
That's right.
So what up, y'all?
Come on. Keep that one. But that one, I might keep. Yeah, keep packing?
Appreciate the compliment.
Whatever.
Herb told me you did some time with Lolo.
Yeah, I did a nickel with him up there.
What you went up for?
The fuck is this, 21 questions, man?
Just friendly conversation.
You answer the fucking question.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
I find it odd that I don't know you. And cats that cop this type of weight, I know them.
Make you feel any better? I never heard of you either, man. Pretty big guitar you got there, Rockstar.
You see, I've been in this game for a long time. That reason is instinct. You know that gut feeling you get that you should never ignore?
Sound like gas to me, man. I fucks with you. Let's do business. Whoa. Can I see the product?
Playing a very dangerous game, my friend.
That's the shit.
Glad you approve.
The money's fake, motherfucker! Kill him! I want his head on a platter! Now! Right now!
I don't know which way he went. Go check that way. I'm gonna creep over here. All right.
One down, two to go.
Motherfucker.
Oh shit!
Access granted.
Why you running, pussy ass bitch?
He's crazy. Oh, she's really seriously trying to kill a motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, we're going to watch it again. I can't fast forward it on this system. Can I, Jim? I don't think I can.
All my life, all I wanted to do was be a cop. To serve, protect, and rid the streets of the scumbags like the 2G gang. Jax was my partner and best friend. We've tried to nail these motherfuckers, and nothing ever sticks. There's a Bible verse in Psalms that says the righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. Now, I'm not all into religion, but sometimes the only justice is vengeance.
lippin', hot boys, blingin', hood rats, flow, black knots, gold, raps, bass, foes, dick in the asshole, promo touring, homo, play and get a paid show. Fancy yes, man, set it on any man, set it on any clip, spit hip sickness, ridiculous. Fuckers on your mind, huh? I roll with peacemakers, stuff you out from behind. It's not a game, player. You know the name, unstoppable. Hop out and pop a few, like a block or two. Straight cheese, no credit. Let a nigga owe me cash, I'm gonna get it. Won't let it happen. Niggas just be rapping, talk about nothing. Niggas stop fronting, you full of oven. Stuffing, player call ya bluffing. Better start running, associates coming. Who banging them? Who hurting them? Who killing them? Who banging them? Who hurting them? Who killing them? Who banging them? Who hurting them? Who killing them? Who banging them? Who hurting them? Who killing them? Yeah. Yo.
Check this dude out thoroughly.
Yeah, he official. What?
What? Last time we had to kill a fucking cop.
What you trying to say?
Nigga, is you fucking deaf? I said what I said.
Better watch your mouth, bitch.
Bitch,
Both of y'all shut the fuck up. If this dude ain't who he say he is, you gonna have to answer for it.
That's right.
So what up, y'all?
Come on. Keep that one. But that one, I might keep. Yeah, he packing.
Appreciate the compliment.
Whatever.
Herb telling me you did some time with Lolo.
Yeah, I did a nickel with him up there.
What you went up for?
The fuck is this, 21 questions, man?
Just friendly conversation.
You answer the fucking question.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
I find it odd that I don't know you. And catch that cop this type of weight, I know them.
Make you feel any better? I never heard of you either, man. It's a pretty big guitar you got there, Rockstar.
You see, I've been in this game for a long time. That reason is instinct. You know that gut feeling you get that you should never ignore?
Sound like gas to me, man.
I fucks with you. Let's do business.
Whoa. Can I see the product?
Playing a very dangerous game, my friend.
That's the shit.
Glad you approve.
The money's fake, motherfucker! Kill him! I want his head on a platter! Now! Right now!
I don't know which way he went. Go check that way. I'm gonna creep over here. All right.
down 2 to go.
Motherfucker.
Oh shit!
Access granted.
Why you running, pussy ass bitch? Go.
It's crazy.
Put it all on the line, this ain't no free throw. Black excellence, they hate me, I'm so relevant. Plastic art, I paint.
Got your guitar got smoke, bitch.
Say a prayer, God forgive us. An empty stomach can turn any man.
2 down, 1 to go.
I drop food for thought for any you can fill up. No Chauncey, I'm still in boutiques running the fill up. It's a marathon. I'm going places that you haven't gone. I've been fly since taking trials in Paradise. Blowing branches, 4/5 in my hands and all my hands on. You had to be there.
Should beef me. I don't even know you, piece of shit. Kill my partner, motherfucker. You a fucking cop? You here to arrest me?
I ain't here to arrest you, motherfucker. This is vengeance.
If I'm coming down the lane, let it be, bruh. On 3-point range with the aim. It's a peephole. Black excellence, Jesus Christ to the people. Head big, but I'm humble since we all created equal. The God shines through the hard times. This is all grinds. I still hear mom's voice, get out my blinds. I'm thinking fine wine and all its luxuries. Instead of knowledge yourself and all its companies. I'm anti-government. 100 no sucker trick. I'm in the holy war with self and life, I'm loving it. Better get some slippers, a cooler, and some runners, kid. God, body, king, trapula, period. I stay working cause the grave's certain. I do it for a purpose. I'm his only son, the sacrifice is worth it. My seeds, run with his seeds, marry her seeds. That's how we keep the power refined. But y'all ain't feeling me.
I got my gun high in wartime, and I got no time for one time. I hear lies when I look in your eyes, cause we're not from the same side. No, you better run for it, run for it. No, you better run for it, run for it. Oh, you boy, run for it, run for it. Oh, you better run for it, run for it. Lord have
Where I'm
mercy.
from, you rap, you hustled, or you played ball, so a rich Porter can evolve to a rich Paul.
Being complacent is how you fall. I got a hunger like no other, I want it all.
I'm from that era, flip cola through a Motorola phone. I got my back gun high over my shoulder.
Been getting chopped since the sandbox, 9mm Glock.
All right,
Wow.
y'all be brutally honest.
That's so
Oh,
good.
we are ready to be brutal, my friend. Brutally. Wow, that was fun.
Be brutally honest, but be gentle. I'm sensitive.
Hey, look, first thing, tighten up down there, buddy. Here it comes. No, for a freshman effort, holy cow. What a great job, man.
Yes. Well done.
Just, I mean, for, like, that is a revenge film. I mean, and I like like I could see it, like, I know he's killing his partner and everything, but I'm just itching to see who he goes after next. You know what I mean? I just keep getting the bad guys,
Yeah, like the concept of the whole thing, because I wrote a full feature, but I had to pull myself back and say, you know what? Because honestly, me not understanding film, like, I'm totally not gonna act like I'm like this crazy mind of it. I never really understood the short, and then I was just like, because with music, I'm so used to making a song and putting it out, and like getting the result and getting it back, and then everybody was like, "Yeah, we're gonna shoot this thing. It's 3 minutes, and we're gonna." And I'm like, "Yo, you're gonna spend 10 grand on 3 minutes? Like what? Like what? It's like, so what are you doing it after that?" And like, how you can't just put out a 3 minute on and make any money off of it, like, unless you get it picked up, whatever it does, So for a long time, when I should have just been shooting shorts, I wasn't. but then during the pandemic, I was sitting in my house, and like I said, my partner Jam that did the sound for me and stuff, and he's a great mind. He was off doing sound for a movie in Atlanta called Brianna's Story, I believe it's called. It's a horror film. It's actually going to be out in the American Black Film Festival, African Black Film Festival in Miami this November. So if y'all gonna be out there, check it out. But he was out there doing that, and my other partner couldn't work and stuff like that with me, and I was just like, okay, so if they can't work, you're not gonna work, and that doesn't resonate with me. So I've had this concept over 10 years. Like I had Kill Everybody in the Room title, everything for years. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot it. So I told my girlfriend, and she was like, hey, like jump out the window, go for it. So I think we spent about like maybe $3,000 on it.
$3,000?
Yeah, I spent about $3,000
That's a nice.
on
You
it.
did that. That's a hell of a $3,000 film, right, Darian?
Yeah, we shot it for $3,000. I mean, probably more with buying props over time, because like I told you, I was buying props just because I was writing
50,000 in props you've bought now.
50,000 in props. But yeah, we spent about $3,000. The location was actually, that's our bedroom.
There you go.
And the warehouse hallway thing, I had a recording studio in that building for years where I did a lot of the records. Like I did Casey and JoJo's album, and I did a lot of stuff in that building. And I was like, I always loved the hallways because it always looked like that. Like I didn't have to set up none of that. Like I actually had to move stuff out of it. It always had this urban, crazy feel, but when you go in people's rooms, it's like you're walking in different kind of paradises because everybody hooked up their room like so amazingly. But when you come in the hallway, you feel like you're in the project somewhere. So I always loved that building. So I went back to the owner, who was a friend of mine, and I was like, look, I'm gonna rent the office from you. I'm gonna rent the hallways from you. So I had different challenges because some people were rehearsing because there's rock bands in there and rappers and reggae groups and all kind of stuff. So like I'm banging on doors like, come on, man, give me 5 minutes. Like I know you're in the middle of that killer vocal, but stop. Like I need 5 minutes in this part of the hallway, and people respected it. Those are my friends. But the crazy thing is the girl, I had casted another girl.
Okay.
I casted another girl, and my friend Terrell, Ninja Monkey, who was the director of photography, that's his nickname. They from the same town. So I was like, look, you pick her up. They live like 2 hours from me. And he called me like 7 in the morning. Now I'm laying on my couch like 6 in the morning for some reason. My stomach was in knots. I'm talking about bad. Like,
of course.
I'm sweating, but I like when I was used to perform as a rapper and stuff like that, I always got nervous. That was never a thing. I always got nervous. Like, if you're not nervous, you're not alive. But that morning, it felt like deeper. Like it felt crazy. And I was just laying on my couch, and they called me and was like, we outside her house and she's not answering. It's like 6, 7 in the morning. So he said, do I want to cancel? Don't worry about it. We'll just do it another day. Your deposit is safe. Like, ain't nobody trying to take your money. And I was like, nah, because if it don't happen today, it's not going to happen, because we shot it in one day. So I was like, if it doesn't happen today, it's not going to happen. So I called, and I called my boy, Dev, who's the skinnier bald head guy, the one that had the gold gun, the gold AK. I called him and said, yo, you know any girls that want to act or da-da-da? He said, yo, you know what? I might have somebody. And he called me back like 7:30 in the morning. And this girl was on the phone so gung-ho, like, I always wanted to do something like this. Oh, my God, thank you. And
she was in it, man. She was a star in that joint.
She was
great.
And this is the crazy thing. Like, oh, my God. Like, everybody's like, where'd you get the girl from? I'm like.
Yeah.
Like,
and she had some kind of pussy-ass bitch line or something.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. She was that true.
She said
was
that
reminiscent
she
to
that perfectly.
Rockabye Baby, you know Brown, goddamn New Jack City, right? That's what I was in the mind of when I saw her. She was, and she had a goddamn bazooka, man. What the hell?
Now, see the gun. Now look, some days I apologize for the gun. I just fell in love with the gun, and I had to buy it. Like,
no, you needed
when I
that shit.
bought the
Well,
gun,
That
I
was
was
dope.
like,
I
this
think,
gun
I
is
think,
in. I don't
I
care
think
who.
what I like. Well, I'm going to shut up and let you guys talk. But first, did you direct it?
Yes, I did.
Oh Jesus, great job! And then, yeah, the gun, the bazooka, it's definitely it's a little campy because of the special effects, and like I think it would have killed everybody in the room, but it did feel like that kind of those black films that we would see, that it had that bit of campiness and violence. I mean, it was that man, that was just you fit that mold really well.
Yeah, obviously with your music background, I mean, obviously you had the soundtrack hit, and you know what I mean. That was popping.
Yeah.
It had that perfect like entertainment vibe. If I were gonna say, if you like continue down this track, so the people I would say to look at would be like Antoine Fuqua,
All day.
right?
Like, I love
So
Antoine Fuqua from. I like one of my favorite movies by Antoine Fuqua actually is King Arthur.
yeah, yeah.
Like like the way he puts it together, the way his put together, like Antoine Fuqua. I love Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
I love who's my guy? Oh man, oh my god. I'm forgetting. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Like, but anything.
What's his work? What's his movie?
From Reservoir Dogs. I love King of New York. I love Heat. I love Deep Cover. Love, like, I'm like in that area, like when it comes to movies, like yeah, like I love Die Hard. Like, I mean, hands.
So one thing that like Quentin Tarantino does really well, like and he wrote a movie called True Romance.
Yo, man.
Right? Okay. And that was directed by one of my favorite directors, may he rest in peace, Tony Scott. And Tony Scott is actually one of Antoine Fuqua's inspirations for how he goes about his films. So when you look at Antoine Fuqua's actually, you know, he's emulating basically Tony Scott, and I'm into that style as well. And so when you come out with a film called Kill Everybody in the Room, that harkens directly to, you know, like like True Romance, how like the final scene, I don't know if y'all remember it, but like where the final scene is like, it's the young guy who's in over his head with all the drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the mafia. It's the movie producer he's trying to sell the drugs to, and it's the FBI who are trying to bust all of them, right? And they all are in that one room, and you're just like, this shit.
That one room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like,
I was gonna say,
if I had my way, bro,
yeah.
I tell you, it would have been so over the top. Like, when I tell you, I have
Yeah.
pictures of drug dens that I was just
Yes.
like, am I gonna waste my time really building this drug den, or am I just gonna do what we're gonna do in this 16 hours?
Right. Well, that's what I want next. I really want. Like, I mean, the writing's there, the entertainment's there, it's entertaining, the tick marks, the music soundtrack. But what I really want to see next is I want to see that extra production value from the Antoine Fuqua, from the True Romance, from the like the Drug Den and True Romance, where Gary Oldman he's got the dreads, and Christian Slater, right?
Chinese food and all
That shit. I want all that. I want all of it, because the writing's already there. You know what I'm saying? It's already there. So yeah. So that's it, man. Keep pushing.
Yeah, like we not, because right now we're raising funds to shoot the full length, and like I said, we have the first one, and I have the idea and the treatment and things written for the second one already. But
So are you in pre-production?
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 of them, because it keeps going. The room always gets bigger. When you think you killed the boss, he's just working for somebody else. So
yeah,
so
that's good.
it just keeps going. But the funny thing is, like when you said the music, like that opening record, like that's one of the best records I feel I've ever produced along with one of my friends, and we made that record like 24 years ago.
Yeah, that shit is hot. Yeah.
And I was just sitting there like, I need an opening record, and then I was like Unstoppable. That's the name of the record.
And it's
Nice.
I don't care how, this record is over 20 years old, and anytime I play it, it's like my blood just starts running fast.
Oh
And
yeah.
I just get hyper and hyper. I'm running up and down the hallway in my house like, yo, this song is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I put
And
it
what was
in.
that one at the end? What was the one at
at
the end
is Run
too?
For It. That's actually me and the guy that got killed at the end. He's an artist named Baldhead out of Jersey City.
That's
And
dope.
we did that record. We did that record just to do a record together. And then this was actually going to be like, I was like, yeah, we should shoot a video, but I'm just not into it anymore. I really
Right.
want to shoot films. And I was like, nah, I'm going to shoot Kill Everybody in the Room, and I'll put the record in it. And then I was like,
Yeah.
go ahead, play Goldie for me. And he was like, yo, whatever you need. And those were all my friends. I mean, now I got another friend with Victoria because she showed up 7:30 in the morning and went out like a soldier. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
The script and learned it, and you know, some of the stuff she just did on her own. Like I was like, look, just act like this. You know, like when she grabbed the gun and was like, I got your bitch. Like, you know, all this. I was just like, yeah, we going right now.
Hey, who was talking about Rev? Who was talking about earlier about the whole associating the soundtracks with the movies?
That was Malik.
Malik.
That Malik. Yeah. That was Malik who made that comment. So it sounds like, I mean, that's the formula for you right there, right? I mean, it's like, you know.
Music is always music. This like my friend, if you saw in the credits, it said Mondo Beats. My boy Mondo Beats produced Ladies Night for Little Kim, LSG, Keith Sweat, LL Cool J, Dangerous for Busta Rhymes. Like I'm around these people musically. We're gonna go all the way out. Like the score, the soundtrack, sound design, all of that. I'm never gonna be worried about that. but the like now, like you're saying, like if I could, like when we wrote it, I was talking to some friends of mine, like my brother Gregory Waddle worked on Black Panther, worked on all kinds of stuff. When he saw this, he was like, all right, bro. So when we do the feature, like we already talking about blowing up cars and got quotes in and everything. Like it's like, no, the feature's going all the way out. Like that's just Raj. Like I was in my house and I said, you know what, Monkey, what you doing on Sunday morning, man? Like how much money? All right, here. And let's just go. I got some lunch and I got a couple bucks for people, and let's go down the street and let's just go. I just wanted to see where I was at raw, not caring, nobody, even my partner Jan, when he showed up to do the sound, he didn't know what I was doing. He just pulled up like, what is Kill Everybody in the Room? I was like, you gonna do the sound or am I paying this guy? And he was like, nah, I'll do it, I got you, but what is this? And I was like, cause nobody really knew. Like when I started putting it on Instagram, because that's another thought process of mine, I just throw it out there. Like a friend of mine said, I'm the type to jump off the roof and build a parachute on the way down. That is me. You know what I mean? So like the logo, everything is all over Instagram for months. And people are like, yo, what's Kill Everybody in the Room, Raj? And I'm like, yo, I'm about to shoot this thing. And I put it together. I prepped for like a month, maybe two, maybe, I don't know. And then I just was like, yo, we going. And we just went. And that's what came out. And shouts to Julian Brantley that did a great job, in my opinion, editing, because pretty much everything I shot is there. Like, it's not like it was so much coverage. Like we could do in those hours. But I mean, I'm satisfied with it, especially it being my first run out as a director. Like I put my 2 cents in other things that I would love to share with you guys, you know, on another day.
Go ahead, Amanda.
You know, with the thing that I find that's so impressive, am I on? Oh, is having it be your first time out, and it clearly so excited about all the action and the use of the props and all of that, but you never lost track of the story, and that's so hard to do. It's so hard to do when you're excited about so many other things, to keep focus on what is the story about, and you never lost it. There was so much tension because I cared so much about him getting revenge, and we never lost track. That's what this is all about, and that's really impressive. And you can really totally see how this would be a feature in a heartbeat. So I mean, just well done, really good job.
I appreciate that. I get that from making records, because you know you're not gonna start a song about a girl and then end it about killing people. You know what I mean? Like it's like stick to the point. Try to keep it as simple as possible. Like just stick to the point. That's why
I didn't try to overdo it with dialogue that just didn't make sense. Like the long speeches when somebody's about to kill somebody and they want to talk for 30 minutes. Like, it's like, no, bro. Like, kill them and then be like, all right, 1 down, 2 to go. Like, and then the whole strike thing happened in post. Like, we were just sitting there talking and it was like, yo, what if we did the countdown? Because even the strikes, my girl is an artist. Like, she paints and does all of this stuff. And I was like, you know what we need to do? Because I'm set dressing the room the best we can. I was like, look, we need to put a big piece of art on the wall. So I said, let's just do a tic-tac-toe thing with 3 X's and it's like got a sex overtone and we'll put a red stripe through it. And when she did the first white strike, I said, wait, what if it's just 3 strikes in a bloody tone across it? 3 people gonna die, kill everybody in the room. And she was like, there you go. And then she was like, wait a minute, let me make some blood drizzle. Like, then people started thinking it was a horror film. And I was like, nah, this is straight murder. Like,
It's just straight up murder film.
This is just straight murder.
like,
I love that.
You know, so we just had a good time. But
Yeah, that was Jim.
go
I
ahead.
know you like that
might
movie.
be a good tagline. Is this a horror film? No, this is straight up murder.
That is great.
Straight up murder. Like, it's straight up murder. Like, you know, have some fun. Like, you know, you don't want it to happen in real life, but, you know, on screen, let's go. You know?
Hey, Jim Jones. Thank you so much for sticking around. Jim's got to go. He was just called in, I think, to like one of the emergencies. Be safe, my friend. We'll talk again.
Better,
Just
man. Great film
hilariously
again. Bananas in the building.
great film.
Thank you. Everyone.
Later, Jim Jones.
Thanks to all of you.
Yeah, thumbs
all
up
of
to
you.
everybody, man. And thumbs up to you guys for throwing a great pop-up shop, man. This is definitely fun. This is definitely fun, man. I did not expect to be here tonight.
I'll exit you out, Jim, and thank you so much. I'll give you a call in a couple of days.
Okay, you take care. Thanks again, everyone. Everyone, thank you.
All right, Jim, you take care. And he found his way out. Yeah, I know Jim in Chicago. You loved this movie. One of the fun things about this is because of the screen here, I did do a bit of a screen recording. I always love watching Darian's reactions, even to his own films. Even when he's made the film, he's still scared in his horror films. It's hilarious. And then he loves the films. You know, it's just fun to watch people watch them. And Roger, I was just digging watching you watch your film. I know we don't set it up that way for the audience, but man, I wish I could have you guys on the other side and it could be big enough, because I love watching the filmmaker watch his film like that. You were into it, you were having fun, and it was was great.
Man, like, we sitting here, and the funny thing is when it clipped and went back to the beginning, my girl is like, no, they gotta see the end. They gotta, because we just love the way Ballhead died. Like, when Ballhead, because these guys was giving
Ballhead.
we choreographed that fight right there. Like, there was no rehearsals and none of that. Like, it was like, okay, right here's the fight scene. And me as a writer, I can't lie, I never wrote a fight scene before. Like, what do you write? Jab here with an uppercut here. Like, what the hell? Like I didn't have a stunt coordinator with me and all of that, so we stopped. And Duval and Ballhead just was like, and Ninja Monkey was like, listen, we're gonna do this. You like he choreographed it like a dance. So after like 5-6 minutes, it was almost like a dance, and they was just in there doing it. Like they was throwing each other around. These is big guys. Like you know, like Shavar's my height. I'm 6'4", so he like 6'3", 6'4". You know, Ballhead's about 6'2", maybe 6'3". They throwing each other around that little space. And then even with the ending when he got shot in the head, the way he did all of that over and over again, like it was just like I can't ask for more for what I did in my time. I'm just glad you guys liked it. Like, truthfully, like you know what I mean? Like I'm glad that I got to tell a story, and y'all thought I did tell a story. Like you know what I'm saying? So like, especially coming behind you, and you shot a movie with no dialogue in a goat and the like, come on, man. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, holy shit. Like, okay.
No, it was great. It was great. You did the same thing about sticking with the story and telling the story the whole way out. It's hard to really keep that kind of focus on your first time. You know, I am as you know, I do screenwriting workshops, and I really think this would be such a great feature. So if you need any help with your story, you could totally hit me up, and I'll just listen in.
I was definitely gonna tell you. I would
I would
love
love
to
to.
connect with you. Like, I would love to connect with you. I
Yep.
don't know if the world is listening, so how would we? You got
Oh,
her information.
Instagram. I'll connect you both. I'll connect you both.
Connect us on
and then we'll do it
Instagram.
on DM. 'Cause,
Yep,
you know,
yep, yep.
I've
And
done
you
that
could just talk.
before and
Yeah.
forgot where I was and set my telephone number on Clubhouse, and it was
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
I gotta
Right.
I gotta say, like, I just kept waiting for, like, I don't know, like George Clinton or somebody just to walk in and do something, you know, like be the. It was so groovy, man. Like it was groovy. You set the tone with the music, and I mean, you did a fantastic. I mean, great job. First time out,
really
absolutely fantastic. I think you know a lot of areas probably, you know, that you do need to improve and are figuring that out as you go.
Yeah.
But
my continuity, continuity, definitely. We're about to shoot another one. I'm just producing this one that's coming. It's called All That Glitters. We shooting July 31st. I mean 30th to the August 1st. It's another short. It's going to be directed by a friend of mine named David Hopper. We got Omar Gooden. That's going to be in it, and a whole host of others. And I'm producing that one. So everything I got wrong in this, I'm gonna get right in that, because it's just sharpening, still sharpen still. And then another one that I wrote called Backstretch. I want to shoot that. I want to shoot that in August, and run from there. So yeah, like continuity, just building up more and more, and then not jumping out the window by myself. Because even though I had a small crew with me that day, the next one is like more people are involved because they got the script early, and I told them about it because I wrote it during the pandemic. So, but this was just, I can't lie, this was just, I didn't want to wait for anybody, even my circle. I didn't want to wait for anybody, and I just jumped out to see where I was raw. Like, it's not a music video, which I've directed before. It was a narrative. It was this. It was that. It was longer. It was, you know what I mean? And I just jumped out the window, and I'm pleased with the result. Like, I mean, now it's like, now of course with the feature, like, oh my God, like we're talking to bigger actors, but to add them to who was there, not to replace anybody. You know what I mean? Because I like who was there, but we're just gonna go harder and keep going. Godspeed Entertainment. Like, I have an ill slate from horror to comedy, to revenge, to murder, to, we got coming of age films coming, a lot of different things is happening, but yeah, we working. I ain't about to stop.
Wow. You're on a tear.
Love it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm not playing. Like I said, I saw the equipment everybody had there and I went and bought it. Like, I don't even know how to use half of it. I got a whole lens package. I'll just be staring at stuff like, you're going to use this shit one day. Instead of building a new studio, I bought cameras, I bought lights. I'm in here with, man, if y'all look at my living room right now, I got sandbags in here. Like, I'm ready to go outside.
Yep.
Outside, man. I'm ready.
Filmmaker life. Yep.
Filmmaker life. I got fog machines and all kind of stupidity right now. Like,
right.
I was on the fog that day, but they told me not to because I would have set off the smoke alarms and it would have been a $500 fine for the fire department in the warehouse. So I didn't haze it out. Like, I was gonna do certain things, but I just do what I could.
Well, I mean, you just do it. I just turn off all the smoke alarms. That's the first thing I do. I roll up in a location that I be like, hey guys, help me find the smoke alarms, and we do disable those shits off the rip. We haven't even unloaded nothing.
We were talking about insurance earlier.
Off the rip.
Joe would have lost his mind. Like, you can't do that.
Oh, there's a smoke alarm. Get it.
So, but the next one's like we're just building and getting better, like, and like,
yeah,
and now, like, even with the press, I've been doing other people's productions, like we did Dear Best Friend, a BET movie. That's gonna be my first credit as I guess a prop master. That we just did that in Miami, and you know, I've been doing backgrounds. I sneak in anywhere I can get in. I done been on Billions, which is one of my favorite shows. I done got to be a PA and a couple times on there and help them with background. And also, I just go in and soak up the game. Like I'm on sponge mode. I don't care about what I've done in my past. I'm just working on the present and my future. So, you know,
Yeah.
like I've been listening to y'all on Clubhouse. You know, I clock in and listen, and then you know, I
Right.
clock out and get to it. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be here, man. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Like,
Well, if you ever have need any tips, advice, anything you want to speak, you got questions, you know, you can always hit me up. And
man, like I mean, I've been listening to you in the 1 minute film joint
yeah,
on Clubhouse. I've been like, yo, he putting out movies that's a minute long. Like if I had a minute long, gee, I don't know if I could do it in a minute. And that's why I was like, you know, and it's funny. My friend Spike, who's a DP, he's always doing like mega projects. He said that to me because when I was going, I took a couple courses on this NYU thing, and he's like, you don't need that. Just go outside with your camera, man. Just go outside with the camera. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna listen to a couple people. Like I'm gonna there's a couple. We'll listen for a little bit.
I will say, Roger, the challenge of a 1 minute film will hone you, because you know the little experience I have a lot of experience editing low budget commercials, but you know, a industrial film with, I don't know, 5 locations and, you know, lots of long shots of boring factory shit versus 25 edits in a 30-second commercial. I mean, just like that. That's hard to write. It's hard to do. Darian makes commercials. He knows that's, you know, a minute's tough, but it'd be
well,
good.
I mean, the thing is, everybody know. I mean, you know, basically, all of the, you know, when you, especially the type of film that this is like, it's the entertainment value is the most important thing, right? It's very like it's hot pop. It's got to be, you know, and everybody knows the best directors that have the most style are all the commercial directors, right? So you talk about David Fincher, you talk about Tony Scott, you talk about Ridley Scott, you know what I'm saying? You talk about all those guys, they all came from commercials. And it's because they're forced to communicate story very fast, short amount of time, get the style. Because the thing is, it's like you could have the same story, but the style is the thing that, you know what I'm saying, that brings it across, right? So when you nail that style, you know what I'm saying? That I think the sky's the limit for the stuff that you're making, because, you know, when you get that Antoine Fuqua style, you get that Tony Scott style, you add that to that story that you have, and man, people are just gonna fucking go crazy. It's gonna be like candy. You know, it's like when the ice cream man shows up. You feel me? So yeah. So that's all I'm looking for from you, is that once you pull in that production design and all that little extra detail and just the style, you know what I'm saying? That Antoine Fuqua style, you know what I mean? Just do Antoine Fuqua, bruh. And you're good.
He's like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm telling you, that's your cheat code. The hack, get it.
Yes.
Right? If you're stuck, how would Antoine Fuqua do it?
I think you're gonna be good on all the writing and you got it. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds the way it's supposed to sound. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So they sound black to me, right? You know what I mean? Like dialogue wise, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you're comfortable directing them. You know, they seem pretty comfortable, so that's all great.
Oh, I set a tone. Like when, like you're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat, and you're gonna. You're not gonna go hungry. I always set a tone. Like, you know, it's funny because people look at what I've done in my past and they expect me to show up a certain way. And I'm just me, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm a kid from the South Bronx that love to rap and I listen. I'm like I'm coachable. Like that. I can do. I don't think I'm that important in the whole thing. So I work like I'm a leader, but I work like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm the
Yeah.
voice of reason. I could be the reason it happens. I could be the reason it doesn't.
Right.
But I don't come in like even when Victoria said that the girl, the woman in it, she said, yeah, and you was just there like in your sweatpants and sneakers, and you was just asking people if they were okay, and you know it's dinner time. Do you guys need the chicken? And we didn't even finish the pizza, but you was ready to feed everybody again, and I was just like, well, I don't know what I was supposed to show up like though. Like it's like.
Nah, you did it. You did it. No, I could tell just as a director, like all those things. You know that seemed very comfortable. The actors seemed very comfortable. You know what I mean? They were being themselves. It was great. So you're yeah. It's gonna flow for you, brother. Yeah, hit me up if you ever need any tips, anything. You're like, wait a minute, am I doing this right? Blah 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 blah. Hit me up anytime, man, because I want to see you succeed, brother.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I'm about to link all of us. Where's my phone? I'm about to link everybody on Instagram. Like, man, I definitely want to get with you and get your eyes on it, a different perspective, because it is.
I would love to.
I just linked you all up. I just linked you three up.
Perfect.
And then also, because Jim's here, Jim does an interview show too. So, Jim, I'll connect you with them too. And, you know, he might want you on his show. You know, I don't want to pick his people, but you know, you can reach out to them as well. I think, Jim, that would be cool. Wow. Hold on. My computer is scheduled to go to sleep. No, it's not. We already had one technical glitch.
Speaking of go to sleep.
It is late.
It is, right. So, Darian, you want to call it?
Yeah, man, this has been great. You mean the evening?
Yeah, no, the film, the winner, and I really want to thank.
Oh yeah,
Malik
yeah,
Yusef
Amanda's the
for being
winner.
here.
Yeah,
Amanda
Amanda knocked
wins.
out the home run. I mean, everybody came with extremely strong films.
Didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was very high level. I just want to speak real quick about Jim's film. So I'm just going to go in order. So Jim's film was great because of its way of expressing a real event in a very creative way, a very unusual, very creative way. You could kind of tell that was a true event because I don't really imagine that anybody would have written it that way that hadn't been through that, you know? But at the same time,